Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I thought it would be fun this week to do a reading vlog for the book Silver Elite. When Leo and I were down in LA for Universal Studios, we stopped at a Barnes & Noble and I was able to pick this up, and I'm very excited to read it. I've heard a lot of people online say that this is the best book they've read so far in 2025, so I am trying not to have too high of expectations, but I am very excited for it. This is an adult dystopian where some people have like superpowers, but when they use their powers, their veins turn silver. So it's very obvious when somebody is using their abilities. I thought, why not read it together? I can update you guys on my thoughts and just my opinions on this book in real time while I'm reading it. So that is what we're going to be doing this week. We're going to be reading Silver Elite, and I also want to get some flowers because I have some really cute pots and I want to get some spring flowers, do some gardening, make our balcony look a little bit cuter. So I think I want to do that as well. Okay, I'm over halfway through Silver Elite now, and if you liked the book Fourth Wing, I really think you're going to like this one too. They give off really similar vibes, and I was looking at the map in the beginning, and I was like, this has to be North America. This is North America, but there's like too much water. But I was right, it does take place in our world, just set in the future. As far as the like plot and characters and things like that, it really reminds me of Divergent, actually, because the main character ends up in this like training boot camp school, and they get cut out of this program if they don't score high enough. So that's why it makes me think of Divergent, just like an adult version of that. But yeah, think like Divergent meets Fourth Wing situation. I think my only major gripe right now is that I was kind of hoping that the romance would be a little bit more slow burn. I just wanted there to be more like yearning, and I did feel like it's going a little quickly. And so, yeah, I kind of just wished that the romance was like pulled out a little bit longer. But yeah, the world is quite intense, and I understand why people said that they just like binge read the whole thing, because it's really easy to just sit down and read for hours and kind of just get sucked into this world. So in that regard, I think it's quite enjoyable. But yeah, I'm still not finished with it. It's like 500 pages and I'm only like 350 pages through. So I still have a bit left, but I'm thinking I can finish it by tomorrow and give you guys one last update. We recently bought a projector, and I've really been loving putting on like ambiance in the background when I'm reading. It just makes the room feel so cozy. So I'm going through YouTube right now trying to find a good ambiance for reading Silver Elite. There's just so many options to pick from. I don't know, maybe Sunny Spring Day Hogwarts? Ooh, this looks cozy. Oh, they all look so cozy. Maybe this one, because it's like a library. Okay, I have officially finished Silver Elite, and I have a few things to talk about. I wanted to start off with just talking about the enemies to lovers situation in this book. I'm going to try to keep my review pretty broad, so if you haven't read this book, I don't spoil anything for you. When it comes to enemies to lovers, I feel like there's two main types. The first is like maybe there's two countries that have been at war with each other, or like two families that have been feuding for generations, and then someone from that family and the other family start spending time together, and they start to slowly realize that there may be like a point of view that they're starting to understand, or there's just things that they're learning about that family or country or whatever scenario it is that they may not have the full truth. And so that's kind of the first type of enemies to lovers. The second type is more personal enemies to lovers, like maybe something happened with that person, or like an assassin prince type of situation where maybe they tried to kill someone or they tried to hurt each other in some way, and the tension there is more personal. I think I prefer the more personal type of enemies to lovers because I just feel like there's more reason for them to like hate each other, and that provides some really interesting dynamics with how their feelings develop and them being very conflicted. Silver Elite definitely fits into more of the first category, where Ren really dislikes the male main character because her people have been essentially discriminated and killed because of their powers, and the main male character is essentially a general in this army that's kind of allowing these executions and things like that to happen. So while there is enemies to lovers, it wasn't quite the like at each other's throats wanting to kill each other enemies to lovers that I personally like. The second thing I wanted to talk about is in regards to the two main characters. I personally didn't feel myself rooting for Ren and Cross's relationship. I didn't necessarily dislike either of them in any particular way, but I didn't feel like I had a reason to like really root for them as a couple. I just felt like it was just missing a little something for me there. This also kind of plays into the romance aspect of Silver Elite. It personally just wasn't my cup of tea. I really like when characters are like yearning and there's just such a slow burn, so that when they progress in their relationship, it's like really rewarding and satisfying. And I didn't feel like Cross and Ren's relationship progression was satisfying to me. It was just pretty quick and rushed, and I didn't feel like they had any like deep connection with each other. So kind of lacking the slow burn, in my opinion, that I was hoping for. Another thing I found quite interesting, because I just finished reading Shatter Me, I found a lot of parallels between Shatter Me and Silver Elite, particularly with Cross, because his mother is ill and he is essentially the like leader's son, and his father is trying to hide his mother away from society. And as I was reading that, I was just like, wait, this is like pretty much the subplot from the Shatter Me series. So it was actually quite similar in that way. I do think the enemies to lovers in Shatter Me is a lot better, because I will admit the first time I read that book, I hated Warner, and I didn't really see that coming until the end of the first book, and I was honestly blown away. That was a few years ago, the first time I read that though, so just interesting. There's a lot of similarities between Shatter Me and Silver Elite. I also think this might have to do with just being like dystopian in general. There's a lot of really similar aspects and tropes in dystopian books. So similar, but it was different enough that it didn't feel like I was reading a repeat. There wasn't a major plot twist for me. There is one character in the book where you're kind of questioning who it is and the identity of that character. And I will say, I guessed that in the first like 2 chapters, and I was right. So while I felt like there was supposed to be this big reveal, it kind of lost the hype for me because I guessed who it was and I was like 99.9% sure of who it was before it's actually outright said in the book. So no major plot twist. There was one betrayal that I was a little surprised by. I didn't see it coming, so that was a fun little bit. If I were to rate this, I would probably rate it 3 out of 5, which is probably a bit lower than a lot of people would rate it. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was a fun little read, but nothing like mind-blowing in my opinion. Okay, I think I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for spending the week with me, reading with me, and I will see you guys again very soon. Golden.